University Tower chimes bring in another session of Ask the Professor, the show on which you match wits with University of Detroit Mercy professors in an unrehearsed session of questions and answers. I'm your host, Matt Mayo, and let me introduce to you our panel for today. To my right is Professor Heather Hill.
Hello.
I want to say that you've kind of been sitting right there this whole semester, so I feel like it makes sense. Very organic.
Organic to just sort of go to the right.
Go to the right, and
Go to the
there's...
right.
No, there's Heather.
Okay.
This
Well,
makes sense to me.
That's kind of groovy.
It's totally groovy. How was your...
One cross only, please.
Oh my goodness.
My God, that's an awesome reference. How
Okay.
was your dead week, Heather? Of course, not over yet because we still have Dangling Monday.
It's been crazy. It's been one thing after another. Events and students and trying to squeeze in other work, and it's just committee work. It's
Other
just,
work.
It's coming out of my ears.
I'm so
I'm telling you.
sorry.
But you know,
Can I try to get you to laugh?
you could try.
Have another
So,
donut.
A certain professor in our department, you know who it is. It's Prasad Venugopal, teaches his History of the Universe class, his Physics for the Core, and insisted on a very specific time key when we were putting the winter schedule together last fall. Jane Schley, 51 and a half years at the university, says to him, "That fits your day-to-day, but you will have a Saturday final exam if you do that." And he goes, "The Prasad of the future doesn't care about this. The Prasad of today wants to have a break between his two lectures." So the other day, when Prasad is perusing the final exam
Prasad of
schedule
the
and rediscovers this fact, Jane pulls out her phone and presses play on the recorded part of the conversation. And it was like, "Alas, the Prasad of the future has arrived." Awesome. Something to that effect.
I love
It was
it.
really good. Boy, let me tell you, Saturday exams just stink.
That was-
They
I've
really
never-
stink.
I just
Saturday
refuse.
exam.
I absolutely, utterly
Oh, my
refuse
gosh.
to
Well.
give.
The future is nigh.
The future is not. That's
I don't give in-class exams
Kudos.
anymore.
I
But
mean,
Kudos.
good for you too, but yeah,
Kudos
we
to
just
Jane.
we live and die by that schedule, and I think it stinks. Every single one of those finals is in our building,
yeah.
so we have to be there. I mean, we don't really have a choice.
and
Yeah.
then
Wow.
having to have grades in by noon. I think if we needed to have, I understand the required number of contact hours. Put that dangling Monday. Have us start a day earlier in August.
Something like that, right? I mean, there's
So
got to
the
be
finals
a better
is a
way.
Monday through Friday. I mean,
Yeah, it's just,
Jeez, I didn't like when they moved it up to August. We used to start the Tuesday after Labor
After
Day.
Labor Day, yeah.
Mhm. I
Oh, yeah,
remember.
those were the
I remember.
days.
And actually, Michigan businesses hate places doing that, starting before Labor Day, because
That's right.
that's their last weekend to make money. It starts Memorial Day weekend, ends Labor Day weekend.
Yep, let them have vacation.
Does Jane still have that recording on her phone?
that is a good question.
That
I
is
wouldn't be
too
surprised
funny.
if she got rid of it, because then it's just like in the air, like it's a legend.
I would
forever.
Do I
love
do
to
I have
have
to do
that.
a future Prasad drawing?
She knew exactly what he was going to do
That's
about
great.
8 months before. he
I would
did
just
it.
love to have that on my phone, and
But
just
that-
when he starts getting cantankerous, like just pull
What do you
it
mean
out.
starts?
Yeah, I know.
Starts.
It reminds me of a couple of friends that I have.
I set you up
where,
for that
Oh.
one.
You know, the bottom line is no matter how Michigan State does in a season, and of course Michigan had a very successful football campaign last year, winning the national championship. The guy always has it queued up to press the button, and it goes, "There's trouble with the snap," like you know, just every time just to get the other guy's
Yeah.
goat. But
Well,
anyway,
that's got to be archived someplace.
Absolutely,
That whole thing's gotta
absolutely.
be archived. Well, actually,
The
speaking-
Prasad conversation?
yeah.
No, you know what?
Jane's recording of that? Yes.
that's archived somewhere too.
somewhere.
I think
on
we
the
should just put
internet.
that on his tombstone. Future Prasad lies here.
Oh, absolutely. So that's Professor Stephen Manning going around the table. We've heard a couple comments already. I
Hello.
see that you're wearing the Desert Botanical Garden
that's
shirt.
yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're
Nice.
not really in a desert here, especially not after several days of rain. But
No, but we're getting. I'm trying to get that
mhm,
warm desert feel going.
that sounds about
Right.
right.
You know, Michigan also had a very good. We're so football oriented around here. They had a very good hockey season.
Yes.
They were in the Frozen Four.
Again.
They weren't in the final because they were eliminated by, I think,
Boston
BC?
College, yes.
Yeah.
BC or PU. BC was in the final but lost to Denver. So
Purdue? Was it Purdue?
That's basketball,
Oh, that's
honey.
basketball. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all about real estate,
You're
remember.
mixing up your sports.
Oh, no. Which one is the big ball and which is the little puck?
It's a puck. It's a puck.
Sports
Please
ball.
mansplain
This
it
is
to
that,
me.
this is that hard rubber thing.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
And actually, the Denver goalie was the MVP. He played a great
That's right.
game.
That's right.
He actually saved a goal off the face mask. He hit him square in the face. Of course, they got face masks now.
That is wild.
Unlike the old days where you see old Tigers pictures of,
That's right.
what's his name? And no helmets.
No helmets.
No helmets, no
Yeah.
face masks.
Yeah.
nothing.
Like Jerry Cheevers and the little stitches.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of Barbie Orr the other day.
Uh-huh.
And, no,
They
he
look
had this
naked,
bush cut
naked,
thing. And,
you know, without anything.
and of course, they had no teeth.
Right.
As a
Right.
result
That's
of,
when real men were playing soccer.
Just stitch them up. Get them back on the
Like
ice.
riding your motorcycle without a helmet.
It's manly.
Real men playing hockey, and suddenly Professor Dave Chow is here, wearing his Medicine Hat Tigers shirt,
Sweating, too.
sweatshirt, whatever. Yes.
Pleasure to be here, as
Yeah,
always.
we've had some problems with climate control on this campus over the last week. It was 85 in the chem main office
Ooh.
all week, and we had a lot of faculty candidates coming through, so I felt like I had to dress up every day, and I've sweat through every outfit that I've had. Yeah, so.
So is it going to be like clothing optional in the chemistry building before long?
I'm telling you, there are some people that just love it that warm, and I'm like, no, I don't like to sweat at my desk. Like, we've had this conversation.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
it's one thing if you're working out or doing something strenuous and you sweat. You get that aspect of it.
Yeah,
Yes, sitting at your
exactly.
desk, sweating, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just giving a lecture.
Or breathing,
Existing?
yeah.
I'm sure Jacqueline is going to get us central air in this building at some point.
Yeah.
That is sweet. Those
She-
are the dulcet tones of Professor Beth Oljar. That would be one of the greatest blessings ever in the history of this building.
Then I wouldn't always have to teach fall in commerce and finance.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, folks, I'll tell you what. This is a program you can send us questions regarding anything. If you stump the panel, you win a prize. If you don't stump the panel, you win a prize. You can send us the questions in a number of ways. You can email us at atp@udmercy.edu. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. I don't know what you're going to do if you do that, by the way, but say hi. Or listen on your favorite smart speaker by asking it to play Ask the Professor at University of Detroit Mercy. Actually, I do have a good answer.
Yes.
Dave has been pumping out the
That's right.
the content
Oh,
here, and
yeah.
we got to get people to chime in.
I just loaded the Jeff one this morning.
Exactly. It was Jeff Boat's original given name, Thomas. You'll never know unless you
know.
Well, next week you will. Next
Exactly.
week.
Bob. It was really Bob.
So you've been working on all of those.
Oh, I've got them all.
Did you know?
They're
Bob
preloaded.
with an
yeah.
E on the end.
That's right.
They're all, the
Bob
only
A.
ones I'm missing
Bob
right
A.
now are Kendra
Jeff
and
A.
Stephanie.
Nice.
So I got to track those two
I mean,
down.
you can run mine. You just need to pull one of them out because I gave you more than the regular thing to work
Yeah,
with.
no, I'm leaving all 6 of them.
You can't count.
No, I cannot.
No.
He told me, actually. He's like, did you see what I put in the last email? I said only 5.
Underscore.
can't follow simple instructions.
No, I cannot. Hello, Matt and panel. Jason, too. That's good.
Oh, Jason too.
I heard Beth say the state motto for New Hampshire on a show in the past, and it got me thinking about other state mottos. I'll spare you the Latin, but we will have the mottos translated to English. This is our good friend Brian Stoll, Stoll of Elmira, New York, sending us these questions.
New Hampshire really does have the best one.
They do.
I mean,
Once you hit us with it,
live free or die.
there we go. Brian says, no cheating looking at the map. Pretty sure it won't help.
Well, it doesn't have the
I was gonna
motto.
say.
I was born in New Hampshire.
We just look at the
Live
colors.
I'm actually
I
a
don't
lot,
even know what the motto for Oregon is. So
Well, we're possibly about to
Live
find
with
out.
beavers or die.
New Hampshire.
kill all the beavers.
Okay, how about, I mean, we could make this doable. There's only, at this point, 49 possible responses. If I say freedom and unity, and you have to guess one of the remaining 49
Freedom
states.
and unity.
Freedom and unity.
Freedom and unity.
And don't go too far from
Not
New Hampshire.
Massachusetts.
Sounds like
Pennsylvania, Virginia.
Maine,
Connecticut.
Vermont?
It's Vermont is what it
Okay.
says here. Freedom and unity.
the state where you grew up.
I thought it was the Green Mountain State.
It
No, but
is, but
that's
these
a
are the
nickname.
mottos, like the ones that occur on
Oh.
the actual shield of the
Or on
state.
the
I'm
quarters,
ashamed.
possibly.
I wasn't born in Vermont, so
Not
I
the-
get a pass.
not the fill in the blank for
I just-
what kind of state it is.
Right,
Because
so-
that I can do with
I
Oregon.
just grew
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed. I
I-
hang my head in shame.
I don't think we're gonna get the like, what is it? Missouri is the show me state.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that's
yeah.
more of a, like a pop
Right.
nickname.
We
This is
cow
like
tip here or something like
on
that.
the emblem
Tennessee's
of
the
the state.
volunteer state.
Exactly. This is fairly straightforward. Excelsior.
That sounds like a Stan Lee motto.
Ever upward. What state is that?
Montana.
Can we get a
Pennsylvania,
region?
It is in the general northeast.
New York.
Maine?
It's New York.
Okay.
New York is Excelsior.
Brian's
And-
getting several coffee cups from
And
this.
beyond.
How about virtue, liberty, and independence? A sampler, if you will.
Missouri?
Missouri.
No.
That sounds like Pennsylvania.
It's Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's Penn's Woods.
The virtue thing.
Takes on a whole new meaning in the year 2024. With God, all things are possible. Again, this is translated from the Latin, which probably sounds way cooler.
I'm sure
Utah?
it does.
No, but
With
you
God,
go
all
back
things-
to the Midwest and you'll find it pretty fast.
South Dakota.
No.
Montana.
Iowa.
Indiana.
Indiana.
Utah.
Illinois.
No, Utah.
It's
You
not
said
Illinois.
If it's Michigan, we're really going to
No,
go
it is
there.
not.
no,
It
I
is
know
not.
that.
But it is the state that we are closest
Ohio.
to.
Ohio?
Ohio.
Yeah. This makes me get kind of icky when I say it out loud. The crossroads of America. Okay, all right, come on.
Sure.
What?
The crossroads of...
Which one is the crossroads of America?
Oh.
Oh,
I think that's on some Ohio signs, actually. They want to claim
No,
that.
that's
too.
the
It's gotta be
heart
like
of it all.
Nebraska. or
Missouri.
Yeah, the
something.
heart of it all.
No, I'm surprised you didn't
I'm
go
thinking
this
like
one.
people going west.
Missouri.
So-
Greater than 80% of the American population of the contiguous 48 can drive to this state's largest city in less than 4 hours.
Illinois?
4 hours.
I was really surprised, as I always
Rugby,
am.
North Dakota.
It's Indiana is the crossroads.
Oh,
of America.
Yeah.
It's right
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
middle
Right,
of the, sort of
Oh, that's just because of how the population is distributed.
is
then.
distributed.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
80% within
not
4
Oregon
hours.
people can drive to Indianapolis in 4 hours. But
Well, we
a lot of other
would
people
never
can.
want to anyway. So.
Ouch.
Okay, let's fill in the gap with if
Right.
you seek a pleasant peninsula.
That's
look
us.
about you.
That's
You
us.
seek
yes.
a pleasant peninsula.
That's
Look
Michigan.
about you. What?
What kind of sentence is
Michigan.
that?
That's Michigan.
Yeah,
That's
it is
Michigan,
Michigan.
yes.
Yeah, I know it's Michigan, but I mean,
It sounds better in Latin.
it does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Oh, this is such a
But
mess.
what doesn't? I mean, come on.
Let's be
Well,
serious.
some things.
Well, how many other peninsulas are there? In the,
I mean, Florida.
Florida.
I suppose.
okay, keep going.
Massachusetts.
Kind of a big peninsula in Washington. But
Not
How about? Oh dear Lord.
Oh.
Forward.
There's a
Forward?
There's a
Forward.
state that's oh dear Lord. Okay,
No, there isn't. But
Oh dear Lord. Forward.
Forward. How about
that
just,
should be Oregon,
just
even if
forward.
Should
it's
be
not.
Oregon. Yeah.
or Oklahoma.
This is a classic Midwestern state. I could give all sorts of things away
What
if
makes
I
a
just say.
Midwestern state?
North Dakota,
classic?
South
Wisconsin?
Dakota.
Minnesota.
It's Wisconsin.
Wisconsin,
Is what it says,
yeah.
yes.
Oh,
I was just about
okay.
to say the word cheese. I figured
All
that
right,
would have
thank
filled
you.
in.
Such
the
a
gap.
great season of Top Chef they're having in Wisconsin this year.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rely on other people like you to tell me about shows like that. I don't catch them reliably. If you haven't seen it, it is Michigan's future. So this one's kind of nice. The Star of the North,
Minnesota.
Minnesota. So they have finally given up. I don't know if I've mentioned this one on the air yet, but I call him my buddy like I've ever met him. The number one YouTuber that I followed since the very beginning is Gray, and all I can tell you is that he makes videos about interesting things. There's not really a theme. He did one where he was a teacher and he graded all of the state flags. And so Minnesota was grouped with Michigan in the, you just put your
Boring.
emblem on a blue field,
Yeah.
that's really dumb, that's a really dumb state flag. Minnesota took offense
Uh-oh.
and got to work 6 months ago in their legislature, and they have now a new state flag. And it's actually pretty artistic. Yeah, it's not bad. But Michigan is planning on doing the same thing relatively
better.
soon, just because of this guy making fun of the state
Well,
flag.
I mean, it is about as drab as it can get. I'm sorry.
I actually appreciated his criteria.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, let's see how this goes. He goes, when it's not flying, you should be able to tell that that's the flag.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, all these 6 or 7 states have blue backgrounds with their emblem
With
on
the
it,
crest, yeah.
and it's just dumb. It's like you can't tell one apart from the other.
Hmm.
It
So
looks
New
like heraldry,
Mexico,
yeah.
great flag.
I think Oregon may
Absolutely.
be the one.
Utah's got the one with the little beehive on it.
The little
you know.
beehive,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, you
So-
can tell exactly what it is.
Exactly. So anyway, the Star of the North appears prominently on Minnesota state flag. Oh my. So 2 different possibilities. Either liberty and union now and forever, one and inseparable, or one sows for the benefit of another age.
First one sounds like Virginia or
It's
something.
not. It's actually Plain State
What kind of
territory.
Joel
Nebraska.
Osteen is this thing?
Nebraska?
No, it starts with an N though.
North Dakota?
North Dakota. North Dakota.
Starts with an N, though. You're in the wheelhouse.
One sows for the benefit of another age. Sure.
This is awfully biblically hippie. I mean, like, gee.
That sounds about right. That sounds about
I
right.
guess that's a Joel Osteen lecture,
What
isn't
kind
it?
of sewing are we talking about?
Right, no,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, really.
Maybe I said it wrong and it's a sow. One
Oh.
sows for the benefit? No.
One south.
Which state motto is gold and silver?
Nevada?
New Mexico.
California?
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
Nevada.
It's none of those things.
Absolutely. Nevada.
North Carolina.
Nevada.
Montana.
Montana is what it is. Gold and silver.
Comstock.
Yes.
You watch Deadwood. Eventually you'll get the right answer.
Let it be perpetual. Sure. Just tell us which state.
John
it is.
Lennon wrote this?
Let it be perpetual.
Let it be perpetual.
What are we letting? What is it?
The state, presumably.
Yeah.
Let it be perpetual. Texas.
This is not a state that people would put high on the list of wanting to be perpetual at this point.
Alabama?
Texas.
Recently raised
Florida.
a townhouse where some poor college students were murdered by some guy just walking through. It's where Napoleon Dynamite took place.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was Colorado where the guy.
No.
Where was it?
It was at blank state.
Arkansas.
I can give it away
Mississippi?
in one word. How about potato?
Idaho.
Idaho.
That's
Yeah.
Let
right.
it be
Yeah, yeah,
perpetual. Yeah. It was just on the news again this morning. They're still prosecuting that guy. It's pretty brutal. How about the extremely easygoing by and by?
By and
By
by.
and by.
Louisiana?
Yeah, I was going to say Louisiana.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
It's actually in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, by and
Could be
by.
Oregon.
The
Or
state
Washington.
of Washington.
Washington
Great
is
state.
by and
by.
B-U-Y or
Let it
B-Y?
What does that
B-I.
mean?
B-Y. Sorry.
By
Yeah,
and
how-
by. What does that mean?
Well,
We don't want anyone to move there.
It rains,
It
right?
took the committee like a whole
Bye-bye.
2 minutes to come up with that.
Chat
That's just a lack of
Chat
imagination.
You're leaving Oregon. Thank you for
I
visiting.
wonder what the
Go
Latin
home.
word, what the Latin is. Maybe by and by is a not quite captured.
You sure it's
the
not
meaning.
by B-U-Y and by? It's like Chamber of
By
Commerce?
large.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, come and spend your money here.
Chamber of Commerce?
How about the extremely poetic, she flies with her own wings?
Flies
What?
with her own wings.
Delaware.
That sounds like
As opposed to
Ohio.
renting? I mean, what?
She flies with her own
Flies
wings.
her own wings.
As opposed to leasing. Come on.
Long-term, yeah, rent to own.
Nevada.
Flies.
She flies on her own.
What,
What
like
is
North Carolina?
I'm looking in a Beth direction.
it? Oregon?
It's Oregon. She flies with her own wings. Now again, that's
I
the
feel
English
better now.
translation of
She
the
who?
Latin.
She who?
Yeah, I was going to say, who?
Oregon. Oregon is a
Oregon's
she.
the
I didn't know
she,
Oregon was a
you
she.
know?
I didn't know that.
How about Eureka? That's fairly easy. You should-
California?
That's California. That's Eureka.
You
Like the
Eureka.
first city you hit after you cross the
And
Oregon-California
away.
border. It's like, that's it.
Or like an old Three Stooges bit. Eureka, you don't smell so good yourself.
I'm going in a Stephen Shirt kind of direction.
Uh-oh.
God enriches.
Ooh,
Nevada.
Arizona.
Arizona is what it says here, followed very quickly by it grows as it goes.
What?
Sounds like New
Is that
Mexico.
another state?
So God enriches is Arizona. What is it grows as
Is
it
that
goes?
Nevada?
Well, like moss?
No,
Oh. It,
Not New
it
Mexico?
goes
it's
as
New
it
Mexico.
grows?
It's New Mexico, yeah.
It goes as it grows.
It grows.
These are very
as it
bizarre.
goes. They're totally bizarre.
And very little grows in either of these states.
That's right. Like,
Freaking deserts.
Does anything go in New Mexico? That's my
Yeah.
question.
I mean, most of these are also interchangeable.
They really are.
They really are.
Honestly,
Yeah.
they are. How about the extremely interchangeable friendship? Now, again, that would be from the Latin. but just
Pennsylvania?
friendship.
We've already had that.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, sorry, friendship.
North Carolina,
Kentucky.
Nope, those are all good guesses.
Iowa.
Tennessee.
Texas.
Texas is the correct answer.
Really?
Friendship.
They don't want to be friends with anybody.
Really?
They
They
want to be an
want to
independent
secede
country.
from the Union, and
Yeah.
they're welcome to it.
If you're white and male, maybe.
Right, exactly.
Union, justice, confidence.
Union Justice.
It's like that's what this state says in the mirror every morning before it goes to work.
Oklahoma?
That should be a border state. That should be Kentucky.
It should be. Union,
it's not.
justice, confidence.
Tennessee.
It is not. Considering the word union, I'm looking in this direction. I'm like, how'd they sneak that in?
Is it in the South?
It is in the deep,
Alabama,
South.
Mississippi,
Georgia.
deeper.
Louisiana.
Louisiana is union, justice, and confidence.
That should be Bayou, Bayou,
Louisiana.
Bayou.
Please don't pronounce it right.
Yeah,
Louisiana.
sorry, Louisiana.
New Orleans.
Louisville.
Nuclear.
We dare defend our rights.
We dare defend our rights.
Wyoming.
Virginia.
Maine.
That's the subtext for New Hampshire, right? That's the other line.
That's right.
Live free or die.
What
and
what
whatever
section
that
of the
was.
country are you talking about?
We dare defend our rights is the deep
The
south.
deep south.
Again.
Oh,
Mississippi.
Alabama.
Alabama is what it
Alabama.
says here. Mississippi is the next one. I'm just going to give you bonus points. By valor and arms.
B-U-Y. Valor.
B.
By valor, by arms.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty good.
Get
I
it
like
on
that
sale
joke.
if you can.
You tried that
We have
once, and it
discounts.
didn't work out too well.
Yeah.
Right?
How about the unbelievably unoriginal "In God We Trust"?
Oh.
What state would be stupid enough to pick
Plagiarize
that?
and plagiarize.
as-
Florida.
It's Florida, 100%.
Oh my.
In
Good.
God We
Doesn't
Trust.
shock any of us.
This is why I can't teach philosophy there. As you
Steven
said.
Sines.
I know, you
How long
couldn't.
did it take them to come up with that one? They didn't even convene the committee.
Hey, it's on the coin. Let's use it.
It's on the money.
Yeah.
Oh my
What's
gosh.
wrong with that?
Well, they're too busy banning books.
And we are,
Burning books.
and we are America, or should be.
How about wisdom, justice, moderation?
That's
Moderation.
cool.
That's kind of
That's
cool.
like
Iowa.
Utah?
Greek virtue. That's very Aristotelian.
Oklahoma,
No,
Massachusetts,
No, that's
Colorado.
let's see.
Region?
what part of the country?
Again, it's the mid south.
Mid-South.
Virginia. Virginia.
South Carolina,
Arkansas.
West Virginia?
North
I haven't heard it
Carolina,
yet.
Tennessee,
West
Kentucky,
Arkansas.
Kentucky.
Okay, so you just haven't said it yet. It's Georgia. If you did, I apologize. There were a lot of people talking at once. Wisdom, justice, moderation is Georgia. While I breathe, I hope.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Mid-Atlantic.
Delaware,
Mm-mm.
Maryland,
Maryland.
Virginia,
New York.
West Virginia.
No, that's Excelsior.
North Carolina.
Actually, I
Are
could
we
say
confused
this.
about Mid-Atlantic, or are you confused about
Probably.
Mid-Atlantic?
Probably. While I Breathe, I Hope was one of the top tier state flags because on it is just a crescent moon and a palmetto. It's a very beautiful
South
flag.
Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
What is it again?
While I breathe, I hope.
Which is now the fastest growing state in the country.
Really?
Yep.
I had an interview with College of Charleston.
Oh, that's kind of a
Would've been
nice
kind of
place.
fun.
And most people who are moving there are from New York and California and North Carolina.
Interesting.
Because of what, affordability or jobs? Or what's the
Certainly,
reason?
that would be.
Well,
New
certainly
York
weather,
and
but
California.
I was wondering, I mean, these people, at least in case of California and New York, these are people from blue states moving
Right.
to a distinctly red state. I mean, the executive and legislative branch has been controlled by Republicans for 20 years.
Yep.
So it's a red state. So are these people moving down there to turn the state blue, or because they're tired of living in blue states and they want to live in a red state?
Well,
And the
it's-
answer from what I read is the latter.
Interesting.
They want to
unfortunately.
live in a red state?
Yeah.
I would think it would have to do with cost of living.
Yeah,
first
yeah.
of all.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
or
sure that has
property-
to do with
property,
that
yeah.
too,
Yeah,
and weather.
Southern
New York.
hospitality is an actual thing.
It's an actual
that
thing.
exists.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I look
People
at
being nice to you.
people saying hello without drawing a gun first.
Yeah, and good food.
And great food.
Yeah.
Nate Silverman of 538, who does all these statistical analysis, he claims by 2028 presidential election, there's a chance that Texas would go blue for exactly the same reason that you
Right.
say. So many people are migrating
Yeah.
that
Well,
it
in their
changes
major
the
cities, Austin, and
all
Houston.
blue.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of my ex-students were moving down to Austin because of the work there.
Yeah,
So,
Yep.
great.
why not?
Just a couple more profs. To be rather than to seem.
What?
I thought you were going to say to be or not to
Not to
be.
be.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
To be rather than to seem.
I'm forgetting what
To
state.
be a state or not.
Is
Be
that Iowa?
It is not. It
Is
not.
I don't know.
I don't even know. I mean,
Oklahoma?
Rhode Island.
If I say Tar Heel, you say
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
I know this one in Latin, so I'm going to impress the listenership. Sic semper tyrannis.
That
Thus
should be
always
Virginia.
to tyrants. That's Virginia, yes. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Mr. Booth, yes.
Mhm. And last but most certainly not least, the extremely milquetoast, liberty and independence.
Missouri.
What if I just say Biden?
Delaware. Yeah.
Well, those are good things.
Yes,
Yeah.
Brian played a little trick if you were paying attention. The map actually would have helped you. All I did was do one state next to the other in a circle all the way around the country till I got back to New England. Thanks for the show.
Sure.
Well, if you told us that
Now
at the
we-
beginning,
now he
Brian,
tells
you know.
us.
He said, don't tell them that at the beginning.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh,
So Matt was following
that was
instructions.
sneaky.
Thanks, Brian.
Good soldiers
Thanks,
follow orders,
Brian.
you know, what can I say?
Please continue to send questions in.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. That was awesome.
Those are
Yeah,
good.
next time, send them in Latin. Oh,
Okay, we're going to the Burroughs family
Oh.
ponderables. And how about we do something that comes across more as advice? What's your favorite travel tip? What's your favorite travel tip? Maybe you received or one that you use?
I've got one. Take a ball cap.
Because?
Okay, for us guys, you got to take off your belt, your wallet, your cell phone, put it all in the ball cap. It goes into
That's a nice
it goes
little
into the
travel tip.
X-ray, and it's
That's
easy to get in
nice.
and out of.
Yeah, very nice.
Take lots of reading material.
Reading material, of course. Yes.
I'm just trying to get through security first.
What I'm not.
You guys actually travel a
well,
lot.
travel
I know
lightly,
these
what,
people are, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
travel lightly, but
Or an,
I was going to say travel lightly, yes.
another one that I've
You
also
can always
taken-
buy it when you get there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I always another one that I've also done too is like if if you're renting like Airbnb, get a washer dryer unit there. You don't have to take as many clothes. You can actually wash while you're there.
Yep.
Oh, very
I've
good.
done that.
We do that in Phoenix. We take 3 times as many clothes we need. He's got a washer dryer.
Yeah, and it's not
It's
like
this
you go to the
high-tech
deepest
thing. and
Congo.
You have to be a mechanical engineer to figure out how to start the damn thing. But once you figure this out,
you
with
can
the
get by
buttons,
on
yeah, we
3,
do our
4 days
running
with
clothes every
Now
2 days.
there's a machine that
You
is
know?
washer and dryer
All
in
in
one
one.
machine. I actually
We've
took a
s-
picture of it at Best Buy because I was
saw
like,
that.
so.
I've seen
That's
it.
what
I've
that's what I
seen
had
it,
in
yes.
upstate Washington.
Yeah, but
one
it's
year.
like $2,500.
It's a lot.
I mean,
But it's also for space.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if you've got, we stayed in a micro apartment.
Right.
For $100 a night, we had one of those machines. We were blown away by it, but we loved it.
What if you lived in Brooklyn? And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now they have these stackable ones, one on top of the
Yeah.
other.
That's what I had in
Yeah.
apartments.
I don't know, I was always told that, if you're going to bring like either a black or a brown purse, that you make sure that you just stick with that palette. That you always bring black shoes if you're going to bring a black purse.
That
Don't
makes
bring.
sense.
So I don't know if
I'll
we'll
keep that in
travel
mind.
alone.
Yeah,
Take
Oh,
an
stop
outfit for
it.
each
See,
day.
I don't know
and
about you.
one
My brown
extra.
purse doesn't match my black
One
shoes.
extra.
That's Drew's rule.
We got to do the same thing with
Bring
wallets.
extra
With
underwear.
our wallets.
Yes, that never.
Socks and underwear.
When we got to washing and drying, because this is the one that popped into my mind, I did not travel very much when I lived with my original family, my nuclear family. But when we started having kids, Leslie will wait till the last 2 days before we leave from like a week-long family trip, and she will actually do all the laundry. So that when we get home, all we do is put the laundry back in the drawers, and we don't need to worry about
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
laundry
that makes
when
sense.
we get home.
Do you guys also
So-
travel with a
sometimes,
laundry bag as well?
Oh, I mean, I'm just letting you know that our kids travel by way of garbage bag.
Yeah.
They just put everything in a bag and put it on their back, and it just
Garbage
makes-
bags also come in handy
no
for
luggage.
wet gooey, and
Yeah.
they also double as rain ponchos.
Exactly.
I couldn't have
Yeah.
I couldn't have
We
done
saw
that
one of
on
those at Home Depot.
the Kilimanjaro climb.
Ah, well,
I
okay,
got
that
back
would've
from
been
that
different.
and
Yeah.
just dumped everything. Didn't even took it right to the basement. Just dumped everything.
Dump it in a pile. Well, sometimes you got to.
This is stuff you've worn for 8 days in a row.
Yeah,
you know.
that's just the way it's got to go sometimes.
And it just comes out like
Yikes.
one solidified grouping, that's all.
Yeah,
You got to chip it away before you put it in the washer.
My thing is, and this is just me now, that I always have a pack of gum in my briefcase everybody always comments when I have my briefcase on me that it smells like mint because it's got gum in it. I can't handle landing in planes unless I'm chewing something. And as
Yeah.
long as that
Pops
thing
your
is with
ears.
me,
Yeah.
then it'll
Because
help
the
me
air
pop my
pressure,
ears.
so-
Yeah,
okay.
it just sort of is annoying, and I always have, some sugar-free gum on hand. That's
See, I've always loved traveling light. Just from my camping days, because every ounce counts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because if you got to carry that extra ounce out to my, Isle Road, you're carrying it back out.
Totally
So you
agree.
eat your way out, and I mean, my wife and I, we did China 3 weeks on one suitcase.
That's incredible.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
That
And we
was
actually had
just-
clothes that we didn't even wear. So
Wow.
How is that even possible?
we had relatives with washer and dryers.
Well, there
Yeah,
you go.
there you
See?
go.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Or we
nice.
were just manky and we didn't care.
Yeah.
It was all good.
Yeah. I know what you smell like.
country. No one who knew who we were.
They'll never
There are
remember
billions of people here. Surely we can't offend all of them.
us. And like camping in Isle Roy, you'll learn how to cook and fend for yourself.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal, right
We
there.
did that at outdoor school. Did you guys do outdoor school here?
No.
No, I don't think so.
But I've taken.
What's outdoor school?
We went camping literally for a week, and then we did all kinds of science. That's why I learned about base and pH and alkaline, and we
No,
did all this
seriously.
science stuff in the woods. And
We had something you could sign up for at the level of SOAR when I was a student, where you wouldn't do the SOAR that everybody else would do, and you'd go to Isle Royale or Beaver Island
Yeah.
or something like that.
this was
So,
sixth
yeah.
grade.
Yeah,
that
no,
we
I
did
get it.
this.
I get it. So, yeah,
I
that's
mean,
awesome.
I did winter camping.
Yeah.
Just okay, let's try this. Okay, how do we do
This
this?
is a
Fun,
Western thing. I don't know.
I'm so afraid to say that the screen has gone red and the time has come for us to say goodbye, Beth,
Goodbye.
Dave,
See ya.
Stephen,
Goodbye.
Heather.
Bye-bye.
And now these words from University of Detroit Mercy.
You can email Ask the Professor at atp@udmercy.edu or visit the Ask the Professor Facebook page.
Ask the Professor is produced and directed by Michael Jason and Brian Masonville, and our executive producer is Professor Jason Roach. Until next week, I'm your host, Matt Mayo.